Welcome to Dixie
and the King. I'm an Elvis tribute artist, rocking the cradle with a much younger wife.
and we are coming together to figure out this thing called life.
Take this journey with us through our unique and fascinating relationship as we tackle marriage, parenting, and spirituality.
We find ways to live a better life through our experiences and learn from professionals and everyday folks along the way, and how to thrive in today's world.
Hi folks, welcome to Dixie and the King. My name is George and my beautiful wife Dixie. Thank you so much for tuning us in. And of course, Dixie and the King is being brought to you by castcontentmedia.com. We want to thank those folks for allowing us, and you're going to see a lot of other podcasts under that banner. So we're really excited. This is Valentines 2021, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to just talk about Valentine's Day. And Dixie has a little history on it, because a lot of people...
Right.
You know,
where did Valentine's Day come from? It seems like the card companies profit quite a bit off of it, right? Chocolate companies, teddy bear making, yeah.
Yep, stuff a
all
bear.
All those things.
Stuffing bears, the bear where you stuff them
Yeah.
in the malls. Stuff a bear.
Build a bear.
Build a bear.
Build a bear.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We're not stuffing any bears. So yeah, as I scoured the internet, what I discovered was Valentine's Day actually has kind of a dark beginning. So if you've never really looked into it, it's not as cute and romancy as you might think.
Now, is it Valentines or Valentines?
Tines.
Okay, you get a lot of people call Valentine's.
No
Day was
Valentines.
Valentine. Okay, well that's interesting. So tell us.
So it started off, you've probably heard of the patron saint, Saint Valentine. So the Catholic Church recognizes at least 3 patron saints, all named Valentine, and they are all martyred.
Ooh.
So there's several different legends, so nobody's really pinpointed where this has come from, but one of them is that Valentine was a priest who served during 3rd century Rome. When Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers, so he banned marriage.
Oh, wow.
And St. Valentine thought that was very unjust, and so he decided to practice marriages in secret. So that was found out, and he was put to death. So other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. And according to another legend, imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly his jailer's daughter. So he was also put to death.
Oh.
Yeah. The other thing is Valentine's Day and the martyring of these priests coincided with another Roman pagan holiday. This one was also very interesting, where there was a pagan holiday, and I'm probably going to butcher this, so I'm so sorry, of Lupercalia. And this was celebrated as a holiday of fertility. So those folks back in ancient Rome would sacrifice a goat and a dog, and they would skin them and take those remnants, dip them in blood, and women would line up naked, and they would hit the women with these
They
skins.
slept with the skins of the goat and the dog.
Yes, because they thought that it was going to bring on fertility.
Ah.
So these women would line up, and then at the end of the day, all the women would put their name into an urn, and the men would come and pick a name out, and they would be coupled with that person, and oftentimes that led to marriage. So these two things, Lupercalia survived the initial rise of Christianity, but later on they were like, we got to do away with this pagan holiday. So it kind of coincided with celebrating St. Valentine. So yeah, that's
kind of interesting how it went from skinning a goat and a dog, dipping it in blood, and then whipping women, and then having their name pulled out to where now we're giving flowers and candy.
Flowers, candy, Yeah.
So do you know how it got to that?
You know, I don't. There were some poets. I think Shakespeare had something to do with that, where they started to romanticize this holiday, and then was the rise of the Hallmark Company, and back in the early 1900s in Kansas City, Missouri. Actually, I learned that. So. Yeah, it really has evolved from
that's the
from
history.
Its beginnings. Yeah,
Interesting.
That's where it started from.
Anything else interesting on that?
No, I just couldn't believe how unromantic it really started out to be. I mean, I don't recommend going and whipping
back
women
in the day,
with,
that could have been very romantic. I mean, to get yourself slapped with a skin of a goat or a dog.
You should not try that.
No, that's not
we
good.
We might not. Our marriage might not last that.
No.
I don't recommend it.
So anyway, thank you so much for digging that up, Dixie. I had no idea. But, it seems like a lot of these holidays, when we go back and look at them, they all go back to a pagan ritual, and then the Catholic Church moves around and does some things and moves that up around. So we thought it would be kind of fun. Everybody's thinking about, so what kind of Valentine gifts should I give to my girlfriend or my wife or my lover or whoever you decide to love. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to go back and talk about the things maybe you should not get that person.
Yeah, so we found a list of the top 14 worst Valentine's Day gifts. And I don't know that I agree with all of these.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, well, let's just go ahead. Do you want to start with number 14 and work your way up? Or?
Sure,
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
So, well, let's go with this one here.
No,
this
let's start
one.
here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're
Start at
saying
the
the
bottom.
most hated Valentine Day gifts.
Not the 14th most hated, so not
14th.
the most. Yeah, so only 10% of folks are surveyed.
Is a fancy dinner.
I don't know that I agree with that. Do you?
I'm trying to think of our Valentine's celebrations. Do we ever go? Well, we got a fancy dinner. Didn't we have
we
sushi
did.
one time? Mm-hmm. Or was that our anniversary? They all kind of roll in together.
Can't believe you don't
Okay, so
remember.
fancy dinners starts the list at number 14.
Yeah. So number 13 is a massage, and I wholeheartedly
And they're
disagree.
saying 14% of those people say that a massage is
Right.
one of the most hated.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't agree with that at all.
How about this one? I think I've done this one for you. A serenade.
Yeah, maybe it depends on who you're being serenaded by.
Most
like
definitely.
maybe some folks just shouldn't serenade.
Yeah, but I think I've serenaded you, but I don't know if it's on Valentine's Day.
No, not on Valentine's Day.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life a wreck. All right, so see, it works. This one's interesting too, because I think this is something that is usually included in Valentine's gifts when you're giving it to someone, and it's scented candles. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
It's on the list of most hated Valentine gifts.
14% of folks said that.
And I know we have candles. We don't burn ours a lot.
We have a 1-year-old, so I don't recommend having things on fire.
He does know the word hot, but I
don't think he understands what hot means. He will say hot and then reach to touch it.
to see if it's hot.
So,
All right, so the next one, and I don't know that I've ever bought this for you, and I think some guys do, and maybe that's kind of a turn off, because this next item is something I think men might maybe fantasize more for, and what they want their significant other to wear, and maybe that significant other isn't into this kind of a thing. So it is
underwear.
Underwear.
Yeah, 15%.
So guys out there, have you bought your significant other underwear? Or girls, have you bought your guy or whoever underwear? I don't think I've ever bought you underwear.
No.
I might have bought you a Victoria's Secret gift card, maybe.
Yes.
No, that was to my mom. I'm sorry.
Well, this just got off.
Okay, so number 9 is kind of interesting. Perfume.
Perfume. And I think this, along with underwear, perfume and underwear are very personal.
Very personal. Yeah.
Like, I know the kind of perfume I like to wear.
Yeah.
I'm really the one that smells it all day, right?
Yeah. Now she has I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 different scents that you'll go through. I know there used to be the one at Victoria's Secret that you'd buy all the time. I can't remember.
Yeah,
what
it's still
it was.
my favorite.
Okay.
The Very Sexy. It's just my favorite.
Yeah. To where mine's pretty easy. My cologne is Brut by Fabergé.
Which is nice because it's not super expensive,
Right.
so I can buy it for
You
him.
buy it at Walgreens and other
Super fancy.
cologne outfits.
We're high end over here. Yeah.
All right, so the next one is now this one's interesting because I think you actually sent me this one time.
I did.
And that is chocolate covered strawberries. Because there's a national firm. We don't necessarily need to say their name because if they'd like to sponsor our podcast, we'd be more than happy to give them some plugs. But there's a national firm that you can send chocolate covered strawberries, and you actually sent me those one year, and that was pretty cool. I ate them, so I did not hate that. I don't know that I would agree with that one.
I don't agree with that one either because I love them and I would be very happy.
And that's 18% of the people said that.
Yeah.
This next one I do have, and I don't think we've used any of the pages. As a matter of fact, I think it was given to us.
I might have bought this for you last year.
Yeah, or we had a friend buy it for us. So it's called Love Coupon Book. You know, where it says, it's a coupon. It says free back massage or free, So it's a Love Coupon Book. 18% of the people said, nah, don't care for that either. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Moving up to number 6.
Yeah, champagne. He hates champagne.
Now, I'm not a champagne guy. And I think champagne more so, I don't know, I know, I see women drink that more than men. And of course you have your New Year's Eve toast that you do with the champagne. I've never really cared much for champagne.
No, I feel like I finish yours more than you drink it.
Yeah. Do you like so you like it?
I like it. I don't know that I would go out of my way to get it, but I'll drink it if it's...
Sometimes they'll put a
There.
strawberry inside the champagne too. So
Or, if you're going to have a mimosa, that's nice.
Yeah, I do like
sometimes.
mimosas.
Yeah.
Those are tasty. Okay, so number 5, once again, it gets back to the underwear aspects of it, and that is
Lingerie.
24% of those polled on this said that was one of the most hated gifts.
Don't do it.
I think, once again, you're getting into, now 24%, so you got to think of how many people responded to this survey that were married, that their husbands kind of know what they like. How many of these that responded are in a serious relationship, and how many are just starting out in a relationship? Because that would be weird if you're just starting out to date somebody and they buy you the
don't buy him underwear or lingerie.
yeah the nurse outfit or the French maid outfit. Would you want any of those?
I mean, if you wanted to dress up as a maid and actually clean our
No.
house, I would be okay with that. Yeah.
No, because she's not into French maids. She's into lumberjacks. If I dressed up like a lumberjack and did the dishes, she really like it.
If he dressed in
take my
whatever
shirt off
and did the dishes, I would like that.
that's a whole nother. That's number 4. 25% of the people said this is the most hated gift. I don't understand this one, but go ahead.
A funny card.
A funny card. I like funny cards. I like to give funny cards. Dixie loves funny cards, but I also give you the romantic little cards. And I would tell you that I will spend a great deal of time in front of the card rack and find that one that makes me tear up when I read it. I try and
Really?
find something that sounds like it's the verbiage on the inside is actually coming from me.
Do you really do that?
I do. She gives. You don't give me funny ones, do you?
No.
It's all lovey-dovey
Yeah,
type
it's
thing.
usually pretty sappy.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of so a funny card. I don't know. Once again, I think it depends on where you're at in your particular relationship. Number 3,
A heart-shaped box of chocolates.
standard. It's a standard go-to guy thing. If it wasn't that popular, you wouldn't see the big wall of chocolate, heart-shaped chocolate covered
I think
boxes.
the hard thing about a box of chocolates is most people like 2 out of the 12 kinds.
That's true.
Right? So then you're having to take bites of these chocolates and
Yeah.
waste calories.
That's right.
On crap you just don't
Within
like.
about a week, you're throwing it away, and if you open
Yeah,
it
it's
up,
hard.
80% of the box only has bites on it.
Trying to figure out what's on the inside.
Okay, so I guess I understand. As far as a girl, I mean, women I think are pretty kind about saying, "Oh, thank you so much," but in reality, guys, they're just taking and throwing away, or they're eating I like the coconut, chocolate covered coconut pieces. But all right, so now we're getting down into the nitty gritty. Now we're getting into the second most hated Valentine gift is at 28%.
Flowers.
What's up with that? Do you not like flowers?
I love flowers, but I think the thing is they die very quickly. So I don't know. I would love a plant. I love fresh flowers in the kitchen. I think it brightens up. So I'm down for flowers anytime.
So far, and we're going to get to number one here in just a little bit. So we had a fancy dinner, massage, a serenade, scented candles, underwear, perfume, chocolate-covered strawberries, love coupon book, champagne, lingerie, funny card, heart-shaped box of chocolates, and flowers. Guys, think about this. If you were to get one of each one of those and make this amazing love basket for your love, just know that these are the top 13 most hated items. So what are guys supposed to do? We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But finally, getting to the number one most hated Valentine gift is
furry handcuffs.
Furry handcuffs, really? That's why you want to go with non-furry handcuffs. You're probably wondering where I got these. Dixie, you want to tell them where we got these from?
Actually, I do have a good explanation on why we have these. So
They work.
they do work.
Not that we've tried them on each other.
Oh my Lord.
Anyway, explain handcuffs.
So for George's concerts, for those of you that don't know, I've sometimes danced for him on the stage.
On the Elvis stage.
On the Elvis stage. Yes, let's clarify.
Don't ever introduce her as she's a dancer to people, because they'll think that it was a strip joint or something.
Yes, that's how he introduced me to half of his family was, this is Dixie and she's a dancer. Yeah. But so we did a Jailhouse Rock dance, and it was a shadow dance, so we were just in the shadows, and so we used handcuffs as a prop.
Yep.
So nothing.
We haven't used them for any other purposes than that.
No. Anyway, moving on.
Furry handcuffs. I guess once again, I think it comes down to the personality of the person. If it's a brand new relationship and you haven't had a chance to feel them out to see what their sense of humor is, then maybe that would be a red flag.
Humor or adventure, which one?
But anyway, so that's your top 14. Some of those I was really kind of amazed about, because some of these things are the ones that I know that Dixie wouldn't mind having. So going on, now we talked about, and she hasn't seen this list, these are the top 10 at-home Valentine date ideas. So I thought this was kind of cool. So number one is sushi making. Now, Dixie and I both enjoy sushi. I don't mind eating the raw fish kind.
I won't do it.
Yeah, I'm more into the yellowfin tuna and the smoked salmon. I like those kinds of raw fish. Dixie likes the chicken and the shrimp and the crab.
Yeah.
Because most of those are going to be
The texture of the raw fish is terrible.
Yeah, well, you just throw it and mush it around your mouth. So sushi making, does that sound like it'd be kind of a fun thing to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could do that.
The other, number 9 is order in. Have your meal delivered.
Maybe because it's 2021 and we
Yeah, I
just
guess
had a
maybe.
whole year of.
Yeah. We like to cook. We like to do a lot
Yeah.
of cooking. If we're going to celebrate, I think in the dinner aspects, I think we like to go out. So the order in thing, probably not so much. Number 8, I thought this was kind of cool. Recreate your first date.
Okay.
Do you remember our first date?
Yeah.
What was it?
We were at the Hibachi Grill.
That's right. We
Yeah.
went to Hibachi Grill.
That was fun.
That was fun. That was a great time. Those
can do
Hibachi
that.
Grills are a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Especially
I
when they-
didn't know how to eat with the chopsticks, and
Yeah.
so I felt stupid because here I was on my first date with him, and they hand me chopsticks, and I didn't know what to do.
What was really fun
with
about
them.
Dixie, and probably a lot of women are this way too, is she didn't want to eat in front of me. So every time she'd take a bite, she'd be going,
Meanwhile, he was just.
I was just
you know,
shoveling it in. What are you
chowing
supposed
down.
to? Anyway. Okay, so recreate your first date. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I
it would
think
be
so.
kind of fun.
Number 7, game night. Yeah, I guess it depends on
I guess it depends on the type of game.
the kind of game. Yeah. Our game the first game we ever played, if you remember, was spin the bottle. That was a lot of fun.
I think you're thinking of the wrong date there. I think that might go back a few more years than me.
When I was 13. What? Number 6 is online cooking class. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I do.
I always like new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the problem with cooking with me is it's frustrating if you don't have the right pots and pans and ladles and whisks and that kind of fun stuff. But for the most part, and of course the ingredients too as well.
Right.
The number 5 is take a bath together. Depends on the size of the bathtub, but we've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
And that was fun. I mean, it's fun. It's nice and relaxing. I find that the water, yeah. I like, she likes her water really, really hot. But I think with the bath thing is you tend to, the water gets cold, so you have to drain it and fill it back up and that kind of thing. But I guess that taking a bath together, I don't mind doing that at all. You have to have a decent sized tub.
Right.
Number 4 is a tasting party, like a wine tasting or a bourbon or a gin or a vodka tasting thing.
I would do the wine tasting.
Yeah, she's the wine drinker.
Or like a tequila tasting.
She wasn't a big wine drinker when we first met, though.
No, he turned me into one. So I'm going to let you figure that out.
Now we have to join the wine club of the month and get like 15 bottles of wine every month. And
It's not.
that is not true.
That is not true.
She might have a glass or 2 a week, I think.
Not even that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's prepping for a fitness competition. We're gonna kind of follow that. That's really cool. That's gonna be cool. All right, continue on. Create a marriage bucket list. I thought that would be neat. So far
That would be
together,
cool.
the nice thing that what Dixie's brought into my life is travel. We've been to Mexico several times, Aruba for our honeymoon.
Grand Caymans a couple times,
My
yeah.
uncle has timeshare opportunities down there, so he's been real generous in inviting us down there. And Uncle Phil, if you're watching this, we're ready to go again. And then recently went to Costa Rica, so that was a lot of
Yes.
fun. And you know what? It might sound like we got a lot of money, but we don't. So
We just choose to spend it on travel
exactly
instead of
right.
other stuff.
So send your dollars and to dixieandtheking.com. But I like that, create a bucket list, because we've been talking about going on other vacations like to Mount Rushmore and to Devil's Tower and those kinds of things. And I
Right.
think we'll probably get around to doing those. It really depends on what this whole virus thing does as far as limiting travel. And we have our concerns, but we'll talk about that another time. All right. Number 2 is learn each other's love language. Now, there's a book out there called The 5 Love Languages, and they are... there are 5 different ways of expressing and receiving love. Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So I think once you understand where your partner's love language is, and I would say with Dixie, she likes receiving gifts, but I don't think that's her love language. The acts of service, I know she appreciates when I clean up and do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The quality time, I'm going to say words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch. And if I had to narrow it down to all of those, it would probably, I think, be quality time.
Yeah. And I think in any marriage, I think this is where it gets tough. You know, we have 3 kids living at home. We have 5 kids altogether, but 3 kids living at home.
And there's like 10 different sleep times, bedtimes, it seems like.
We've got...
You put one to bed and you put them on, and then one's up, and then so it's back
Yeah,
and forth.
so we have him working basically 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm working at home, but I have a full-time job that's 40 plus hours a week. Then we've got gymnastics and dance and a 1-year-old and counseling and tutoring. And so it seems like, and our kids, well, my kid still does not sleep all night long. So I'm up most of the night. So by the time bedtime hits, I'm done.
Yeah, it's
I am
tough.
done.
It's tough. It's really tough for us to find quality alone time. We went on a date not too long ago. We're going to try and do that. We're at least two or three times a month. We just need to get out. We just need to go.
Well, and I just think that's important for couples to go back to dating each other, because it's real easy to get caught up in the busyness of life.
And I can tell when she's had enough, because she gets pretty short on stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've
understandably so.
blatantly said I'm done.
Right. Yeah. Like, we don't have a marriage. This is more of a business relationship, and I get it. I get it. 'Cause
Sometimes
really,
it can feel like that, right? Like we come home and it's like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm going here, you're going here. Okay, good night, bye.
Yeah. So our marriage is not by any means perfect. It's close. It's not perfect. And then the number one top 10 at-home Valentine gift ideas: create an at-home spa experience. And I know we both like that kind of thing. We like to be pampered
Yeah.
But our pampering kind of limits us to a budget and to what the kids will allow us to do, which means going and having pedicures. I don't know how many facial gift certificates you have.
Oh my gosh, I think I have 2 that I haven't even had a chance to go get done because it seems like schedules get out of control.
We need to make time for that kind of thing because you got to feel pretty and when you relax. But I think a fantasy of mine, and we've talked about this, a fantasy of mine has always been for us to go and just get pampered for a whole day experience where they just nails, mud bath, salt scrub, massage, cucumber things, a coffee enema thing. That's supposed to be really refreshing.
Okay, we might have 2 different ideas of relaxing here.
Looks like I'll be going to the.
Looks like he'll be going to the coffee enema all by himself.
I'll go to the 5-star program.
So if anybody would like to join him for a coffee enema, we're taking applications.
Anyway, so some other things that kind of spice up our life. I will tell you, this thing is a lot of fun. And Dixie actually got this for me last year. This is body paint. Was it last year you gave this to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, it's still...
it tastes good. I opened up and tasted it. It's really good. But it does say on the board, George, desserts on me, Dixie. And so I think just for fun, we like to do these kinds of things. Unfortunately, once again, because of a newborn, we have not opened this thing up or even tried to paint anybody. As a matter of fact, this is probably something we would spread on their toast or their pancakes. So now that we have that. But those are just some of the things. Now, as we're getting close to the end of this particular podcast, and I hope you're having fun. And don't forget, we are also on YouTube. We're on Spotify, TuneIn, and Rumble. And we're asking if you do that, please subscribe and follow us. We've been giving away mugs recently. So
with this one, I would love to hear from you guys. What has been your favorite Valentine's Day gift that you've ever gotten? Or what's the worst Valentine's Day gift you've ever gotten? I just think it would be...
And we're gonna send these out. These are for rent. No. You just have to take pictures and send them back. Not kidding.
Again,
that would be awesome.
Please don't take everything he says seriously. Please.
Now, as we finish this thing up, I thought I would touch in because Valentine's at the time of this recording, it's not quite Valentine's Day. It's a day or 2 ahead. So we're great at procrastinating about getting gifts for each other. So I'm gonna ask her to give me an idea of the top 3 Valentine gifts that she wants to give me, and then I'll do the same.
The things that I think that I want to give you?
Yeah, that I would like for Valentine's.
Oh, he is the worst to buy for. Can I just say that anything that he wants, he just, like,
all of a sudden I'll buy it.
All of a sudden he'll tell me, hey, I really want whatever. Like, I think for Father's Day he wanted a tool belt, and I was like, oh, cool, I can do that. And the next thing I knew, he comes home, look at this
my
new
tool
tool belt.
So
and I'm like,
and that's something I'm bad with. I need to make a list and put that in. I think that's another thing that's really important. We need to tell couples, if there's something you kind of like, go ahead and put that on the list and maybe hold off and just kind of let your partner know, because she's right. I'm really bad to give gifts for it.
Yeah, and I think what I was thinking would be fun is like a couple's massage or some sort of a spa thing. I don't know that I have a top 3. I think, in the past we've done little getaways, like little night getaways that have been fun.
Yeah.
But again, now that we have our 1-year-old, I still haven't spent the night away from him, and I don't know.
Do you? What's your real opinion on gift cards?
I like them, but sometimes I feel like I don't know if they're impersonal, but sometimes I just, like, for me, the most, I guess my favorite gift that you've ever given me, he surprised me at our wedding, and he's saying, I will be there.
I sang that
by Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Yes.
And so one of my favorite gifts that he ever gave me is he actually recorded himself singing that and gave it to me. So for me, it's those little personal things that don't really cost anything, but it's, Yeah.
I think for me, the gifts that Dixie would like, because she's really athletic, so anything that has to do with sportswear is really good. Trying to find dumbbells right now is and impossible. I'm not going to pay those big prices, but what are they, 30 pounders we're looking for, or 25 pounders? So trying to find dumbbells for her. So for my gifts for her, other than the nice little card or maybe a dinner or those kinds of things, is to also get her something that's sports related, that shoes, socks, the sports bras, that kind of fun stuff, because I know she goes through a lot of that.
Yeah. So what would you say you're looking for in a Valentine's gift?
I'm kind of a tool guy, so, she gave me, for Christmas, she gave me some Home Depot gift cards, so that was kind of fun.
He still hasn't used.
I know. Well,
I also got him a gift card to get his tattoos done.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to do
was
that.
like a year ago.
Gotta find a good
So
tattoo
that's what I
artist.
think about gift cards with you, is they never get used.
Well, I need to start using those so much. So, anyway, so sports stuff for you, and then tool stuff for me. I'll use those gift cards most definitely, and even sometimes gift cards that I can use for the whole family is kind of nice. I enjoy. I'm very much a family guy. I like
Right.
incorporating a lot of our stuff with the family. So, anyway, having said that, Dixie, thank you so much. That was very interesting on the origins of Valentine's Day, a pagan festival in February that involved skinning of a goat and a dog.
And martyred priests.
Yep, martyred priests. So that doesn't happen anymore nowadays, except for in some parts of Idaho, from what I understand. Anyway, having said all that, we really appreciate you stopping by and watching this podcast. Don't forget, you can find us on YouTube, Dixie and the King. You can subscribe there, which I highly recommend. We're on Spotify, TuneIn, and Rumble, and also our Facebook page, Dixie and the King on Facebook, and our website, dixieandtheking.com. Yep. And we're going to come up with some other little giveaways and some gifts and those kinds of things.
So yeah, don't forget to, in the comment section, let us know your favorite Valentine Day gift or your most hated Valentine's Day gift. We would love to hear from you.
We'll compile that, and maybe next year we'll come out with some of our
listeners' top 10s.
See what they like or not. So anyway, thank you so much to Cast Content Media as they are bringing you Dixie and the King. And our podcast is done for this one. So until next time, may God bless you. And I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Dixie and the King. We know there are possibly millions of podcasts out there, and we really appreciate you landing on ours.
We'd love to hear back from you with suggestions, episode ideas, and possible guests. If you'd like to connect to our guests, we would love to share their contact info with you.
Feel free to tell a friend and share our podcast with them.
To learn more and watch past podcasts, please visit our website, dixieandtheking.com.